Welcome. We're glad you could join us now. Stakeholders in the electric mobility sector have called on the government to offer tax incentives and holidays to govern the growth of the industry and attract more investors in the automotive sector. Speaking at the consultation meeting organized by the Kenya Chamber of Commerce and Industry, KNCCI, Chairman Julius Opio said that they would benefit if the government, through cutting down importation for fuel transportation, and instead adopts locally produced energy.
The journey of transition aimed to reduce the chaotic and traffic-clogged streets in the city of Nairobi. Despite the slow peak in the transportation sector, the e-mobility industry is still undeniably lucrative and set to sprout up across the country.
Taxation has been a key issue for e-mobility to take off because of the high import duties, high VAT requirements that place a barrier when these assemblers or manufacturers are importing their components.
The biggest challenge is actually to create the environment which enables businesses to do their job. And this is basically developing the right policy framework, developing the right business environment, developing the ecosystem for embracing green technologies. And yes, e-mobility is one of these technologies, and a lot still needs to be done to really set the framework where business can grow.
The cut on taxes, among others, import duty, excise duty, and value-added tax, will allow the rollout and deployment of 2- and 3-wheelers in the country.
If you look at our tax structure today, it is only looking at what we call internal combustion engines. So today, if you import a car, a good example is if you're going to register it with NTSA, first thing they'll ask you is how many cc's. Is it 2,000 cc's? Is it 1,000 cc's? When it comes to electronic vehicles, we don't use cc's, we use wattage. So that's a challenge. So if you want to register an electronic bike 100%, there's no system in place on how to get it registered. Using this ecosystem, we want the government also to benefit, where we cut down on importation of fuels or oil for transportation, and we use our own locally produced energy, that is electricity.
To be honest, we are far behind. The reason is, for Rwanda, all the electric mobility vehicles, these are borders, buses, cars, they're zero rated. So the amount you bought the car for plus shipping, there's no tax you're paying for it. However, in Kenya, the only advantage you have of that is a 10% reduction on the import duty.
With the increased cost of energy, the manufacturers and the assemblers believe that achieving sustainable transport will lower the importation costs. To accelerate electric transition, the government, development partners, and private sector stakeholders need to build an enabling ecosystem for electric vehicles in the region.
We have been benchmarking many technologies of electric motorcycles originating from different countries, and now we are in a partnership with an Indian company that is providing us with the most robust electric motorcycles that we could get for the market.
The emergence of e-mobility is expected to open up business opportunities and lead to the creation of a novel job ecosystem, among other advantages as compared to the internal combustion engines. The sector is projected to produce nearly 10,000 vehicles in the next 3 years. Data by the Association of Electric Mobility and Development in Africa shows only 758 registered vehicles by the National Transport and Safety Authority. Collins Ogutu, Metropole TV.